All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Wilma Huber and I'm a wellness coordinator for Bestmed and Tempo. And we are here today for the University of Free State. As one of our top 15 corporates, we have gone the extra mile to offer you more than just the normal benefits. And I'm working closely with Arena on this pilot study, and we said, well, let's give our members and the Autumn Challenge participants something more than just sending you the questionnaires. So I want to thank those that have already completed their questionnaires and then for joining us on these empowerment sessions. So today is the first of 3 sessions that we will be doing. And today is especially aimed at building smarter goals. So I just want to take you through our agenda for today. Today, I'll first start with a Tempo Wellness overview of the program, tell you a little bit more about the theme for 2025, remind our members of their benefits because this will help you in the long run. The fitness, nutrition, and emotional wellness support that Bestmed Tempo offers, not only for our members, but every single one of you also can have access to this. And then the main reason why we're here today is the future focus, building smarter goals. So just an overview of the program. It is based to live at your own tempo. The wellness program exists to help our Bestmed members and their families to reap the rewards of improved health via access to tools that they need to live their best life. So there's no barriers to entry, there's no point system, there's no additional cost, and it is available to all our members. Doesn't matter what benefit option that they have. Our theme for this year is Up Your Tempo and Thrive in 2025. Revive, renew, and restart because we all feel it. That constant buzz of notifications, the ever growing to do list, the relentless pace of our modern lives. And it's easy then to get caught up in the world, prioritizing everything but ourselves. We often neglect our mental, emotional, and physical well being, pushing through to exhaustion and stress until it's too late. And this is why we have benefits like these. So the benefits, just to give you a small summary, it starts off with our Tempo lifestyle screening. So the screening was, for example, hosted at your wellness day that we held in March, which kicked our members off. And with the Tempo lifestyle screening, they then activate their nutrition, physical benefits, and they also get emotional well-being benefits. So with the nutritional benefits, they unlock 2 consultations with a Tempo partner dietitian. They also have podcasts, how-to videos, and articles. And with the physical well-being, also get 2 consultations with a Tempo partnered biokineticist. So these are very important for our members to take note of because especially if you have wellness goals, they are there as an added resource to make sure that you actually live your best life, that you achieve your goals, and they are there to help you along the way. They also have podcasts, how-to videos, and articles, and we also offer podcasts, how-to videos, and articles in the emotional well-being. So this is the section that I want to remind everyone of, because it's not only available to our members, but it is available to the public. So it's completely open. So all you have to do is visit our website at www.bestmed.co.za and you click on menu and you say, what is Tempo? And then you have all this Tempo information. It tells you what is the Tempo program. It shows you how you can activate the benefit. It explains what a dietitian and a biokineticist is. But very important, it also gives on-demand exercise classes. So these are videos that were created by a trained professional, and it is high-intensity interval training, aerobics, yoga, and Pilates from beginner to advanced level. And you can play it in the comfort of your own home, and you can exercise whenever you want. There's podcasts, how-to videos, and articles. And the best of all is we update this content every single month. So there's always new content, always something more to learn and grow. We also offer webinars and challenges that is available to all employees. It's not only for Bestmed members. So I do email Irina, for example, and she's welcome to distribute all the invites to all the employees at the university, and they are welcome to join. For example, we have one tomorrow. You will see that our April theme is exercise at your own pace, and that webinar is scheduled for tomorrow at 12. Then we also have one in the end of May, creating boundaries and self-love, which is more the emotional wellness benefits that I spoke of, just to remind everyone to take care of themselves mentally, emotionally, physically, and their nutrition. So this is why we're here today. Focus future, building smarter goals. So like I mentioned, we are doing the pilot study with Arena for the participants of the autumn challenge. So the pilot study basically is a pre-questionnaire and a post-questionnaire. That's all it is. But it gives us valuable information, and not only as a group, but it also for you as an individual. If you completed these questionnaires, you will gain valuable insight into your own experience, because sometimes, a positive experience is not only ever seen on a scale. It's not that you're going to lose 5 kilograms in the next 2 months while you're participating, but you may experience so much more than just losing a few centimeters. You might sleep better. You might feel more energetic. You might have experienced mental clarity that you've been struggling with, or whatever the case may be. But we won't know that experience unless you fill in the questionnaires. And you're welcome to just, if you don't want to share the questionnaires with us, to just do it for yourself and gain that valuable insight for yourself. So, future focus, building smarter goals. So I mentioned that we did the screenings at the Wellness Day, and often we hear back from our members that they are confused what to do next. They see a bad result, cholesterol is high, or the glucose level is too high, or whatever the case may be, but they don't know what to do, or they feel very dissatisfied in some area of their life. But they're not always clear on why are they dissatisfied. What area is working and what area of my life is not working. We just know we're not fully satisfied just yet. So we have to look at where life is out of balance and what needs to change. And it is important that we do this before we add any goals. Because if you just add a goal to an already busy life, the results may be short-lived and transient. You're going to be even more confused and even more unclear what direction to take. So one of the tools that I always like to use is the Wheel of Life. So the Wheel of Life shows us what area of your life is working and which areas are not. For example, you can't change your health without changing other areas of life. You can't have work 24 hours a day and then think you're going to live a very healthy lifestyle when you don't have time to exercise and you don't really have time to create a proper meal. So there has to be a balance. Here's a few examples of where one area of your life can influence another. So you might be working hard, you earn very well, but so you're financially secure. You're feeling very positive in your work environment. Yet you feel very stressed and anxious and you find it hard to relax. So there is no balance. You might be doing a great job at parenting, but you have very little time for yourself and your own needs. So you might be feeling empty and frustrated, again, out of balance. Or you might have a great social life, but it impacts your health and well-being in other ways. So it doesn't give you time to exercise, prepare healthy meals, or take so much needed me time. So again, out of balance, often with a social life, people like to go out to a restaurant, to have meals, to have a few drinks. Again, that's not maybe in line with what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to eat healthily and not drink or exercise, there might not just be enough time for all of it. So, again, out of balance. So, this is the wheel of life, or the Bestmed version thereof. Um, and what you have to do is you just consider each and every part of the wheel and you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 to say how satisfied you currently feel in these areas. 10 being very satisfied, like there's no room for improvement, or 1 is you're very dissatisfied. So there's health, fitness, me time, social life and friendships, family, fun, happiness, purpose, work and career, finances, personal achievements, energy, weight. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of areas that influence one another, but that's also maybe a key to remember when you create a goal, because if you link more than two together and you try and work, for example, let's say your fun and your family time, you're very committed to your family, it's a great value for you, um, and maybe you're very happy and satisfied in that area of your life, but you're not so much in the fun. Then you can link them together and see, what do you do to improve your family life, but how can you make it fun? So let's say you want to include game nights with the family. Then you will bring up the fun while you're already linking it to an area of your life where you're satisfied. Or you can link an area that's working and an area that's not working. For example, your social life and friendships. You have a very good friend and she's passionate about exercising. Arena is a very great, good friend in this area to actually make friends with, to motivate you to exercise. So let's say fitness and social life. So again, Arena making friends with Arena, and she tags you along to all the fitness challenges. And there you actually increase your fitness while you also already have a good relationship there. So what is the next step now? We know which area of our life is working, what area is not working. The first step will then be to create a smarter goal. So what is a smarter goal? Smarter goal is being specific, making it measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound, exciting, and rewarding. So it might sound more complex than what it is, but let me give you some examples. So let's say you have a health goal. You're a Bestmed member, you saw your cholesterol is high, and you want to start exercising. So I want to use my Tempo benefits. I want to visit a Tempo partnered biokineticist to help me create a fitness plan that I can do at home. I commit to booking an appointment this week, and I want to start with 20 minutes a day Pilates for 3 times a week. So it's specific, right? It's Pilates that I want to do. It's 3 times a week. I want to book the appointment this week. So it's quite specific. It's measurable. You can measure if there was 3 times this week. It's achievable because you can balance it. You can work it in. I can do it from home. It's time bound. And here's an example for, let's say I want to visit the Tempo Partner dietitian to help me create a healthy meal plan for my whole family can enjoy. My daughter enjoys cooking with me and will both benefit from the information that the dietitian provides. I commit to booking a session this week. Again, it is that rewarding, because if my family is of high value in my life and I do it with my daughter, then it's going to be very rewarding for me as a person. So again, it's specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound, exciting, and rewarding. So I want to challenge you. Create a smarter goal for yourself. Make it specific. Like I said, 3 times a week. if you're committed in this challenge, in the autumn challenge, set out for yourself, I want to do it every day or at least 3 times a week. Measurable. It's going to be so many sessions every week for so long. Achievable. You still need a balance, remember? So if you said 3 times a week, I'm going to commit to a date night with my husband one evening, and the other night is for my kids with their homework or whatever the case may be. But there's 5 days in a week, and you have to fill all of them. Make it achievable, make it realistic, but also exciting and rewarding. So now I have a question, and I want you to use the chat box or the Q&A to tell me, why do you think members only experience short-term success with their health goals? So I'm going to check what you guys write because I would love some feedback. Either the chat box or you can use the Q&A. Why do you think people only experience short-term success with their health goals? You can also, if you have an answer, you want to raise your hands, please. Okay, the chat box is disabled. Use the Q&A, please. Thank you, Arena, for letting me know. You can use the Q&A, or you can raise your hand if you have an opinion here. Why do you think people only have short-term successes? Life happens. Yes, true. Very, very true. Life does happen. No consistency and goals are too big to achieve and they lose interest. Yes. Too big to achieve. That's always why we celebrate small successes, right? So it's not too big. The winter. Thank you, Arena. I think it's because it's not realistic goals. Yes. Inconsistency. Thank you. They are all very true. So what we see with health goals specifically, right, is many people who want to improve their health only experience short-term success, and they often revert back to old habits and behaviors. Why? Because they're usually propelled into action because of immediate or urgent pain. So this can be emotional or physical, and they're motivated by this. So they set a goal, they see a result just to get out of that pain. So this might be you get a shock, oh, your cholesterol is sky high. You have to start exercising and eating healthy now. So you stop with the Coke, right? And you do this for a month. But what happens after that month? As a result, and the need and the urgency to act is gone, right? So they lose motivation. If the moment you no longer have this, for example, I often get back pain. So I'm normally propelled into action. I have to start exercising even, more regularly because my back pain. But the next week, my back isn't aching anymore. So I just stop. When the pain returns, so might their motivation, but nothing really changes other than the short-lived improvements. So it's like a yo-yo going back and forth, and your weight goes up and down. There's nothing that really keeps the momentum going because you just want to move away from that immediate thing. So you have to ask yourself, are you motivated by what you want because you're moving towards a healthier lifestyle, giving you confidence, energy, better sleep, a stronger immune system? Or are you only motivated to get away from the pain? I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to become ill. What is it that propelled you into action, right? So an away goal is great for getting away from something that's unpleasant, but they're not strong enough to pull you towards an inspiring future. They often take you away from the direction that you were heading in, but it's not a clear new direction. So if there's, for example, if there's a loud noise, you just move in any direction to get away from it. And that's the pain we're talking about. We just want to move away from it, but it often is directionless. You don't know where you're going. So a towards goal, on the other hand, it's clear about the direction and the outcome. It's a towards goal that picks up from where a away goal then leaves off. It always allows you to face your vision. What is ahead? Where are we going? What is the end result? And their new life and their new self. Where an away goal always it makes you look back. You look at what are you moving away from. But again, you're then moving backwards. You're not really moving forwards. So our next step is to create a health and wellness vision. So to experience a long-term success, you must ensure that your health and wellness vision, your towards goal, is clear and inspirational. So the smarter goals that you have created must be in line with this vision. Where are we heading? What is it that you are trying to create? Your visions and your goals need to move you away from to become more than just avoiding something unpleasant. Otherwise, you will simply accept things when they are a little bit better and you're just out of that discomfort. So a powerful vision must be more than just moving away from goals, and it must align with your goals so that it is kept alive even when the pain and discomfort is over, when your mood that you were so propelled into motion has passed and it's winter time, like Karina said, it's winter time, but you have a goal. You're no longer feeling the backache. It's winter, but you remember where are you heading. You remember what you're working towards, and that will keep the motivation going. So how do I create your vision? You create a smarter goal. So I always use the smarter goal is like a drawing that you draw. Okay. Imagine now you're drawing a picture of your vision in the future, your towards goal. But the smarter goal that you is only the outline of what you want. Now we still have to color it in. You have to make this picture bright and beautiful and colorful and inspirational. But how do you do this? So I want to challenge you. Go home, create your smarter goal, and then draw your picture and color it in by considering how will life be improved when you have to achieve this goal? How will life be different? So again, let's say you start with the goal, you want to exercise 3 times a week. That's my smarter goal. It's my outline. But how will life be improved when I achieve this goal, and how will it be different? Okay, so coloring it in. I will see my colleagues more. I will make friends, better friendships with my colleagues. I will feel so much better. I will be more tired in the evening, so I will probably sleep better because you'll be mentally, you worked hard, you exercised, and your sleep will improve. Your mental clarity might improve, but your relationships with your colleagues that participate in the challenge will also improve. So your social life improves. So how will life be different? In all these ways. The top 5 reasons for why you want this. Well, values. What does it come down to? You want to improve your diet because you want that quality time with your children. You want to set a very good example for them to eat healthily and exercise and live a healthy lifestyle. Another reason, you want to age gracefully so that you can see them grow up. There's so many reasons. Consider the top 5 why you want this and color in that picture. Make it so clear in your mind that you know what you're heading towards. Consider the benefits of this goal. What will it give you? Like I mentioned, you'll sleep better, you'll feel better, you'll look better, confidence. What will it give you? Confidence, like I said, consider every single thing that your goal will actually give you in the end. Consider who else will benefit from achieving this goal and in what way. For example, that I gave, where your daughter will also learn from the information that you get from the dietitian. So she will learn how to cook healthy meals, how to take care of her family. She will be passionate about living a healthy lifestyle. So, in what way will they benefit? And then a very crucial question: what will happen when you don't achieve this goal? If you do nothing, what will the cost be? And this is where we take a look back at our away goal again to say, if I choose to stand right here and I don't move forward and my cholesterol is high, what will that cost be? It will escalate. How will we escalate? Because there's a saying that the further you look back into your past is the further that you will be able to look forward. So if cholesterol is already the reason what you're trying to move away from, and you have to project what your future will be if you do nothing, that will give you an idea of what you're heading towards. What will the cost be? Your children will not learn the valuable skills of living healthily. They will not see you do this. You might not see them grow up, get married, or whatever the case may be. And this is ultimately what we are moving towards. It's that future, it's that vision that propels us into motion. So ultimately, we create our towards goals, our wellness visions. So that is it for today. Is there any questions? Again, you can put it into the Q&A, or you can raise your hand. Then we will allow you to unmute and you can ask your questions. Now, you will just take a look if there's not someone that raises their hand, right? Please. Thank you. Thank you, Miranda. It's a pleasure. I want to say that this is a very short session, and I will send Arena the how the wheel of life so that you can complete it. It is a tool that can be used often throughout our lives just to see, are we still in balance? What area do you want to make a goal for? And what areas of life you can link to actually make it easier to complete actually achieve your goals. Can you have a vision board with pictures? Definitely, Arena. I always say that make it visual, make it like in your house, make it there, put it up in your vanity where you're doing your makeup, so you see that every single day. It make it as visual as possible because then you will not forget it. I have had clients that bought themselves a slimmer dress, a beautiful dress, hung it up in their room to hang there every single day because that was their goal, to fit into that dress for an event. I had someone that told me last week that they had a bikini that they wanted to fit into when they went on holiday with their parents, and they wanted to fit into that bikini, so they worked very hard to fit into it, and they actually reached their goals and actually bypassed their goals plenty over. So whatever works for you. You say you're looking. I'm looking at the screen. Anyone else? Do you have a question? Oh, sorry. Just want to move that. Okay. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you for attending. I think that is then the end. Arena has my number. If you have any questions, please, you feel free to reach out. I am here to assist. If you have a question, if you write down your smarter goals, um, send it to Arena. She can forward it to me. I can I can give you comments. We are here to help. If any of you haven't completed the pre questionnaires and decided to participate in the pilot study, please do so. Like I said, it's valuable information that not only we will get, but you will get from this, from the questions, because it will actually allow you to write down these things and track what your experience is. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. That is then the end of today's session. We will see you again on the next session very early in June. So you have a few weeks of exercising before we then start again in the middle of June. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
How do I leave?
Nayo can just end the session, or there's a leave option on the right-hand bottom corner.
All right, I'm about to end the session.